Oasis Nocturno by TOKiMONSTA. 12 songs, 45 minutes long.
Another fucking phenomenal album.
I don't even know where to
of...
start with this shit because there's one song on here. I want you to guess what song it is. That shit's been on repeat forever. I'm interested to hear if you know how well you know my music taste. There's one for sure that I'm like,
God, I don't know how to pick one because like
there's a couple.
But like the great thing, I'll get around to this. But like the great thing about this album is that there's so many different kind of sounds in here that work together that you can kind of pick one out on its own. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is a great R&B song. This is a great experimental techno song. Mm-hmm. This is a great these are all these great things coming out at once that like TOKiMONSTA is just like kind of one in a kind, amazing in doing. I have a couple that I can guess would be the ones you like. I'm gonna lean towards like, because this is kind of a electronic infused album. I'm gonna lean more to those things because there are other songs.
Getting warmer.
Yeah, there are other songs in there that I think have like pop sounds that are also you're acclimated to. Mm-hmm. But would it be To Be Remote?
To Be Remote would be my second pick.
What about Renter's Anthem?
Yeah, Renter's Anthem is his Lord bless Jesus, Muhammad, Allah, all of them wrapped into one because it is straight 2001 to underground French house.
Yeah, it was a single that was released from the album. It's really good.
Oh my God, I've been listening to that shit on repeat for like once I heard this album. I guess the first three tracks loved it. I'm like, ooh, this is... TOKiMONSTA is interesting because I had some issues with Lune Rouge that came out 2017. We talked about it. Did like a lot of her work, but there was some stuff I thought was missing.
Yeah.
There's nothing missing from this album at all. Like, I can already say that. Like, I love it. But those first three songs really sucked me in. I really like the features because the features, they can do their thing, but the production of it, you can still feel that TOKiMONSTA is making most of it. That makes sense. Because that's a lot of issues when you have... I don't have to say this plenty of times. But when you have a producer make an album, like an EDM, or she's EDM, but I mean, for lack of a better term, an electronic music maker make an album and have features on it, is usually the features put too much of their own sound in it, and then it detracts from it.
Just to be clear, the features put too much of the featuring artist's sound on it, and not enough of the main artist sound, so it doesn't actually come off as a cohesive project, right?
Exactly. Because example, like Metro Boomin, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. That's a Metro Boomin album, but some of the features in it were fantastic because it worked and it sounded like a Metro Boomin album. That's a good example for everybody.
And like I think the real art in those is that like each song on that album lends itself a little bit to the style of like any 21 Savage song, regardless of who it's produced by, although many have been produced by Metro Boomin and many are good. Have like a certain sound to them, like a thing that works with them. Like you can see
we'll get to that. We'll get to that with Childish Gambino. But where I was going, because you have a wide variety of people on this album. You have Earth Gang, which is the one of the songs I was trying to get to. Fried for the Night. You think an Earth Gang's track would come on here and it would just like disrupt the flow of the album? Doesn't at all. Still sticks with the whole theme of it, the production of it, everything. I go,
it's good to hear because you did not like the single when it first came out.
No,
you really didn't.
I did not. But in the context of the album, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, and I knew it kind of would. Like, to me, it was the same thing I was saying, where like it sounded enough like an Earth Gang song because Earth Gang itself are very like experimental and they try different things. So, like, I could believe that much that far, but it definitely still had a TOKiMONSTA kind of technological vibe, and I think it was like a really like close mix together that I saw. So it was like really pushing it. But if you rip headphone users, but if you didn't. If you noticed properly, like there'd be the two artists colliding together. Like I said, it's very rigid, but it ultimately works, I really believe.
Yeah, and there's a lot with this album. To Be Remote, that's a really good song.
To Be Remote is a very on the nose named song, especially right now. But it is really good. It's really great. I don't even know what to say, but it's kind of ambient, but also because there's not many lyrics to it.
No, there's barely anything to it.
But it's just like a really beautiful sounding track that goes like a lot of phases and everything. It's just like it's a really good like background song, but it's also like it's a really wide use applicable song.
Exactly.
Really early on in the album, a song that I really loved was One Day.
One Day, yep.
Yeah,
One Day,
because it's very, like I said, it's the most maybe R&B song on the album, but it just goes to show like TOKiMONSTA has producing chops. She only gets better as like you want artists to really do.
Dude, she's just, her arc is coming like wow.
She's like a modern day. I would compare her to Fuck, you really like her Icelandic artist.
Bjork.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very like the production value of it. I could see that's a good comparison because she's very experimental in it. She has such a wide range. That's one thing I was thinking of when I was listening to this album. Like this is like a modern Bjork with a little bit more dance influence to it.
Yes.
And without Bjork, but the main thing with Bjork is her voice is fucking incredible, but her production is
TOKiMONSTA's
production is that level of you can mix so many different sounds into one album but make it cohesive. And I did the thing where I shuffled it and it still works.
And it sounds like TOKiMONSTA the whole way.
Ridiculous. That's so hard to do. This, top to bottom, amazing. Phases is great. The song Fried for the Night with Earth Gang. Higher Hopes with
really
Rosa Hart. Amazing. It triggered me because it said Higher Hopes. I'm like, if it said High Hopes, I wasn't going to listen to it on principle.
Higher Hopes, so it's better. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's see what happens. Because
it's such a beautiful song.
Oh my God. Again, the things that you're looking for, the ending tracks, these I think were amazing for ending tracks for this.
Higher Hopes, because I think the really cool thing about it was like it started kind of slow and I didn't really
and then just built up and like that first
it built up really quickly.
And those last 2 minutes felt like Taiko.
Yeah.
Like just felt like a more upbeat style of Taiko almost in it. And I really, really like that. This album's good.
Really great.
Listen to it, folks. It's really not, it's 45 minutes long. You've got the time because we're all in quarantine together. So do yourselves a favor and listen to this shit.
Yeah. I would say this is like that good ass like 5-ply toilet paper.
This is that Charmin Ultra blue toilet paper.
Soft.
Like that's that soft, like doesn't rip, doesn't do anything. Like that gets the job done. That's that good.
Hard to
paper.
find.
Hard to find.
Essential.
Lovely toilet paper. That's this album.
Tremendous.
That's
big, strong toilet paper.
It's just hilarious. We're comparing an album to toilet paper, but it's just in the context of it, you need to know what we're talking about because this album is the literal polar opposite of toilet paper.
But you're not even like wiping. But you're not wiping shits with this toilet paper. Like you're just like cleaning.
You're dabbing pee. You're just going a little dab, and then you're just like it doesn't clog your pipes. This toilet paper doesn't clog pipes. That's how good this shit is.
I've been watching old King of the Hill episodes, and I totally forgot the running joke was that he has a narrow urethra.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop right now. It's an incredible album. Please listen to it.
Please.